Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Thank you so much. Shout out to Lele. Thank you so much, Lele. I truly appreciate it. Very cute Sunday. Shout out to Lele Plays. I could kind of see your picture, but it's very tiny, so I can't really see. Shout out to Jayla. Shout out to Dario. Shout out to Liliana. Or Liliana. Shout out to Leia. Welcome everyone. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Hi Liliana, thank you for joining. Shout out to Leah. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to Annalee. Shout out to Layla. Shout out to Nevaeh. Shout out to Kamaya. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Cambry. Shout out to Julie. Shout out to Lynx. Shout out to Isla. Shout out to Rosemary. Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Mateo. Shout out to Grayson. Shout out to Rihanna. Shout out to Lacey. Shout out to Eileen. Whoopsie. Eileen. I kind of messed up your name. I'm going to write it again. Shout out, excuse me, shout out to Eileen. Shout out to Henley. Shout out to Vadil. Welcome everyone. Please write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Genevieve. Thank you so much. Shout out to Genevieve Heglin. Shout out to Nevea. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Angelina. Shout out to Natalie. Shout out to Kinsley. Shout out to Aubrey. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Branson. Shout out to Kaylee. Shout out to Royal. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Willow. Shout out to Sky. Shout out to Spencer. Shout out to Abelina. Shout out to Kala. Shout out to Arabella. Shout out to Toby. Shout out to Arabella. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Toby. Oh, I got Toby. Shout out to Ariana. Shout out to Amaya. Shout out to Aubrey. Shout out to Megan. Shout out to Zahim. Shout out to Rory. Shout out to Mia Campos. Thank you so much, Mia. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Mia Campos. Shout out to Giovanna. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to at Game43 X-Man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Kenneth. Shout out to Donovan. Shout out to Bentley. Shout out to Olivia. Shout out to Game43 X-Man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Mia Campos. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Cielo. Shout out to Bella. Shout out to Giovanni. Shout out to Avery. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Shout out to Paisley. Shout out to Leanne. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Kyla. Shout out to Addie. Shout out to what is it, game? No. G43X-Man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. 43X-Man. Shout out to Theo. Shout out to Melanie. Shout out to Oliver. Shout out to Jose. Shout out to McKenna. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the live stream. I live stream every day. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Kylie. Shout out to Soviet Union. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to G43X-Man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you. Let me write your name again because I kind of messed up right there. Shout out to G43X-Man. Thank you so much. Shout out to Veer. Shout out to Summer. Shout out to SYFYHQ9878. Shout out to SYFYHQ. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Zaylee. Shout out to Nicole. Shout out to Magnolia. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Sana. Shout out to Melody. Shout out to Mahi. Shout out to, thank you G43X-Man. Shout out to G43X-Man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you. Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to Lisa. Shout out to Valeria. Shout out to Royce. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Ali. Shout out to Heba. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to EM. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Jen. Shout out to Theo. Shout out to Emily. Sorry if I mispronounced her name. Shout out to these people. Thank you for being here. On to the next page. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the live stream. I live stream every day. I also post other content. I hope you can check it out as well. Shout out to G43X-Man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Shout out to Terry. Shout out to Theo. Shout out to G43X-Man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Johanna. Shout out to Callie. Shout out to Raina. Shout out to Zaylon. Or Xylon. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Jessica. Shout out to Madeline. Shout out to Alessandra. Shout out to Holly. Shout out to Ari. Shout out to Rory. Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to Elizabeth. Shout out to King Mikey. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Shout out to Jessica. Shout out to Jenny. Shout out to Estelle. Shout out to Elena. Shout out to G43X-Man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to David. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Theodore. Shout out to Violet. Shout out to James. Shout out to Antonio. Shout out to Luna Rose. Was it Rose? I hope so. Shout out to Pink Diamond. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Autumn. Shout out to Alora. Shout out to Helia. Shout out to Talia. Shout out to Kev. Shout out to Hadley. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Shout out to Kate. Shout out to Colette. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Everly. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Alana. Shout out to Rebecca. Shout out to Emmy. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Moonstar. Shout out to Randy. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Fatima. Shout out to Ivana. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Nevaeh. Shout out to Rain. Shout out to Avery. Shout out to Kim. Shout out to Abby. Shout out to Andrea. Thank you for stopping by. Shout out to Kiara. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Jameson. Shout out to Trinity. Shout out to Evelyn. Shout out to Kylie. Shout out to Dominic. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Naomi. Shout out to Annie. Shout out to Anaya. Shout out to Taylor. Happy birthday. Shout out to Owen. Shout out to Leah. Shout out to Bailey. Shout out to Raven. Thank you for subscribing. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Karina. Shout out to Pharaoh. Shout out to Robin. Shout out to Gianna. Happy birthday. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Annika. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Abby. Shout out to Dalton. Shout out to Mitchie. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Julia. Shout out to Carissa. Shout out to Ashley. Shout out to Olivia. Shout out to Layton. Shout out to Layla. Shout out to Lola. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Autumn. Shout out to Victoria. Shout out to Jenna. Shout out to Erin. Shout out to Journey. Shout out to these people. On to the next page. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the shout outs. I live stream every day. Also check out my channel. I post other content. I hope you can check it out and leave some likes around some of my videos. I would truly appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being here. Excuse me. Shout out to Sienna. Shout out to Strawberry Shortcake. Shout out to Jesselyn. Shout out to Leah. Shout out to Miles. Shout out to Camila. Thank you. Have a great day as well. Shout out to Serenity. Shout out to Florence. Shout out to Scarlett. Shout out to Emmy. Shout out to Bilal. Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Shelly. Happy birthday. Shout out to Cool Kid. Shout out to Skylar. Shout out to Alina. Elena, sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Jack. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Julie. Thank you, you too. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Evelyn. Shout out to Drew. Happy birthday. Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Aaliyah. Shout out to Tyler. Oh, I got Tyler. Shout out to Isla. Shout out to Aisha. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Sophie. Shout out to Mackenzie. Shout out to Fatima. Shout out to Harmony. Shout out to Cecilia. Shout out to Milo or Milo. Shout out to Nixon. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Maya. Shout out to Amira. Shout out to Leah. Shout out to Speed. Shout out to Cecilia, I got you. Shout out to Brianna. Shout out to Zaya. Shout out to Shelly Bassie. Shout out to Syria. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Clara. Shout out to Celia. Shout out to Grace. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Robin. Shout out to Angela. Shout out to Seon. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Oms. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Robin, I got you. Shout out to Gigi. Shout out to Rachel. Shout out to Vivi. Shout out to April. Shout out to Zev 205. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Glenn. Shout out to Adrian. Shout out to Aaliyah. Shout out to Liliana. Shout out to Ray. Shout out to Angie. Shout out to Robin. Shout out to Patrick. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Tucker. Shout out to Kitty. Shout out to Johnny. Shout out to Autumn. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Maeve. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Love. Shout out to Lucy. Shout out to Kenley. Shout out to Elizabeth. Shout out to Daily. Shout out to Yusuf. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the shout outs. Check out my channel as well. Shout out to Standish. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Talea. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to, thank you, Grace. Shout out to Grace. Shout out to Hudson. Shout out to Nicole. Shout out to Maya. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Ariel. Shout out to Rosie R. Shout out to Hunter. Shout out to Minecraft. Shout out to Cassandra. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Millie. Shout out to Finny. Shout out to Soraya's Playroom. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Soraya's Playroom. Shout out to Arnonica. Thank you for showing me how to pronounce your name. Shout out to Arnonica. Shout out to Kyrie. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Amanda. Shout out to Logan. Shout out to Jamal. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to these people. On to the next page. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the shout outs. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Also, check out my channel. I post other content other than live streams. I hope you can check it out and leave some likes to support my channel. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Bryce. Shout out to Michaela. Shout out to JJ. Shout out to Amelia. Shout out to MK. Shout out to Mosiah. Shout out to Victoria. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Juice. Shout out to Cara. Whoopsie, I put a C. Shout out to Cara. Shout out to Charlotte. Shout out to Lainey. Shout out to Demi. Shout out to Yuna. Shout out to Nishta. Shout out to Dayon. Shout out to Viri, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Ariel. Shout out to Elena. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Daily. Shout out to Duke. Shout out to Randy. Shout out to Melanie. Shout out to Alexis. Shout out to Julie. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Kaylin. Shout out to Megan. Shout out to Henry. Shout out to Brielle. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to London. Shout out to Kayon. Keon, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Liam. Shout out to Trinity. Shout out to Valerie. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to Meredith. Shout out to Ekrin. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Daisy. Shout out to Mila. Shout out to Fernando. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Quandale. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Selena. Shout out to Star. Shout out to Kieran. Or Kieran. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Caroline. Shout out to Zaylee. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Tyson. Shout out to Savannah. Shout out to Kaylin. Shout out to Isaiah. Shout out to Rain. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Gracelyn. Shout out to Quinn. Shout out to Jace. Shout out to Abrielle. Shout out to Yvette. Shout out to Camila. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Carter. Shout out to Kaden. Shout out to Janmit. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Molly. Shout out to Patty. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Patty Gatlin. Shout out to Bethany. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Patty. Thank you, Patty. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Patty Gatlin. Shout out to Janmit, I got you. I'm probably mispronouncing your name. I'm so sorry. Shout out to Irina. Shout out to Emily. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Cadence. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Tanisha. Shout out to Angela. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Abby. Shout out to Jalen. Shout out to Freya. Shout out to Amara. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Stella. Shout out to Everett. Thank you so much for subscribing. Shout out to Lizzie. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Ashley. Shout out to Kamoya. Shout out to Hannah. Shout out to Safane. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Nevaeh. Shout out to Kadelin. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Kaylee. Thank you for stopping by. Shout out to Kaylee. Shout out to Tati. Shout out to Joseph. Shout out to Hadid. Shout out to Bryn. Shout out to Angela. Shout out to Austin. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Addie. Shout out to Alisa. Shout out to Brianna. Shout out to these people. On to the next page. Excuse me. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the shout outs. I live stream every day. Sometimes around, well, not this time. This is the first time in a while that I live stream a little bit earlier, but normally I live stream like 2 or 3 hours later from this time. But I live stream every day. Please subscribe if you want to support my channel. I would truly appreciate it. Shout out to Ikaika. Wailahia. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Ikaika Wailahia. I'm so sorry. I know I messed it up. I'm so sorry. Shout out to Eileen. Shout out to Erin. Shout out to London. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Carly. Shout out to Rosa. Shout out to Maddie. Shout out to Jaden. Shout out to Ariel. Shout out to Gary. Shout out to Gemma. Shout out to Madison. Shout out to Olivia. Thank you. Shout out to Camila. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Giovanni Martin. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Giovanni Martin. Shout out to Haley. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Kanaya. Thank you so much for your patience. I know I don't write fast. So thank you everyone for taking the time to write your name and for being patient. Shout out to Victoria. Shout out to Esther. Shout out to Madison. Shout out to Laura. Shout out to Kimmy. Shout out to Harrison. Shout out to Harlow. Shout out to Sana. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Sana Cochron. Shout out to Bailey. Shout out to Sana. Thank you so much. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Excuse me. Sorry. Shout out to Sana Cochron. Shout out to Stella. Shout out to Zara. Shout out to Scarlett. Shout out to Jesslyn. Shout out to Brielle. Or Brielle, I'm so sorry. Shout out to Reach for the Truth. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Reach for the Truth. Shout out to Niel, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Jarlenice. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Jameson. Shout out to Shonda. Shout out to Bubbles. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Uriah. Shout out to Joey. Shout out to Jonesy. Sorry. Shout out to Jonesy. Shout out to Azel. Shout out to Luna. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Charlie. Shout out to Mary. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Lola. Shout out to Henley. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Kirsten, or Kirstine. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Genesis. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Tristan. Shout out to Adeline. Shout out to Shayla. Shout out to Kiesel, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Ari. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Jaden. Shout out to Skylin. Shout out to Lauren. Shout out to Harper. Shout out to Stephanie Santos. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Charlotte. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Mohit. Shout out to Natalie. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Delilah. Shout out to Esther. Shout out to Cricket. Shout out to Ariana. Shout out to Ashley. You're welcome. Shout out to Stanley. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Shout out to Joshua. Shout out to Maylanda. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Ami or Aim. Shout out to Sandra. Shout out to Mackenzie. Shout out to Penelope. Shout out to Nimrat. Shout out to Madison. Shout out to Aaliyah. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Herrera. Shout out to Haifa. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Ellie. Shout out to Gojos. Shout out to Pearl. Shout out to Levi. Shout out to Abigail. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Buggy. Shout out to Chloe. Oh, I just put Chloe. Shout out to Lucia. Shout out to Champion. Shout out to Jamari. Shout out to Sirat. Shout out to these people. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I live stream every day. I hope you can support my channel by leaving a like or by subscribing. It would help me a lot, and I would appreciate your support. I might live stream again in maybe like 2 hours, 1 or 2 hours. I might live stream again. But please check out my channel. I also post other content. Some of it being like little stuff like this. I do little tutorials on these. I hope you can check it out. I do little stuff like this too. This one got a little crumbly, but I do little tutorials like this. I hope you can check it out. I would truly appreciate it. Your support means a lot to me. I also do little ones like this too. So please subscribe if you like my content and if you want to support me. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much again for being here. I will live stream again in maybe like 1 or 2 hours. Okay. Thank you. Take care, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. I will live stream again in 1 or 2 hours if you are interested. Bye. Take care.